About 29 and a half years ago, I walked into a jewelry store. Is that how I started? Yeah, I walked into a jewelry store. I walked into a jewelry store to buy a battery for my watch. Out walked the most beautiful girl I'd ever seen to wait on me. It was Victoria. We got to talking and I found out that she was a good Christian girl. I thought that's great because if she wasn't, I was sure about to convert her. I went in there to buy a battery for my watch. She ended up selling me a whole new watch. She's been taking my money ever since then. I was in my early 20s and I'd never really dated anybody before. I grew up playing sports. I was playing baseball 5 nights a week, softball, and tournaments on the weekend. I got tired of hanging out with all the guys. I said, God, I got to meet me a woman somewhere. And I saw Victoria, I thought, God, you just answered my prayer. But, you know, it's funny how God works. I won't tell you, it's a longer story, but I asked Victoria to go out on my first real date. And what's interesting is I asked her to go to a Rockets basketball game with me, where I had season tickets, and the game was at the Compact Center. If you know much about our ministry, that's where we have church every week. The former Compact Center is now Lakewood Church. And I'll jump around here, but you know, when I worked for my dad those 17 years, many times my dad tried to get me up here to minister. Joel, come on, help me pastor the church. You'd make a great minister. And I never had this desire. I didn't think this was in me. I couldn't get up and make the announcements, the offering. I said, Daddy, I'm not a preacher. You preach and I'll make you look good, but don't make me get up there in front of people. Well, if you fast forward 16 years, my dad died in 1999. Here we are 2015. If you would have told me back then, before my dad died, that one day I would be a minister, one day we would be having church in the former Compact Center where I used to watch the Rockets play basketball, I would have said, you know what? You're on the wrong planet. You're not thinking straight. I say that to say this. God's plan for your life is so much bigger than your own. If you will keep being faithful to God, you have no idea where God is going to take you. In one sense, I'm the least likely one to be up here. I didn't think this was in me. But you have gifts and talents on the inside of you right now you have not yet tapped into. There is potential waiting to be released. I believe in 2015, God's going to present you some opportunities. Your mind's going to tell you like mine did, you can't do that. Joe, you're going to make a fool of yourself out there. Listen, God would not have given you the dream if He had not already equipped you, empowered